Hi, this is Chris, and welcome back to another CreateQuest video. And I happened across a really great post from fstoppers.com called The 5 Mindsets to Keep Us from Creating What We Love. I think that's what it was called. But it basically means the same thing. But it was about photography. But the wisdom was so good that I felt like it was universal enough that I could talk about it here, and you can apply it to whatever creative habit you have. Okay? And I have the original post linked. I even have images of it and everything. Anyway, so you can check it out. You can read it yourself. But we're on to number 3. I've already done the first 2 videos. And number 3 is called Don't Leave It for Later. And yes, it's an unproductive mindset. Don't leave it for later. And this reminds me of a wonderful book from Richard Schmid called Alla Prima. If you're an oil painter and you haven't read that book, it's full of practical wisdom and really amazing. But one of the practical pieces of wisdom that he talks about in that book is to create a little note for yourself, right? Print it out or whatever, write it on a piece of paper that says, never knowingly leave anything wrong on your canvas, okay? And then you take that note and you attach it to your easel. And you can adjust it for whatever creative practice you have, put it on your computer, put it on your old typewriter, put it close to your sculpture tools, whatever you do. And I don't know about you, but many times when I'm working on these paintings and everything, I'll notice something that's kind of, an error, mistake, right? And these are all in quotes because I determine what is a mistake and what's an error, right? And I just leave it on the canvas. And I say to myself, I'll take care of that later. Besides, who's gonna notice, right? Well, I'll notice because I look at that painting all the time. Or when, after I sell it or I'll see it on my website, see pictures of it, I can always notice that one little thing. It's like, man, it just would hit me every single time. And I would say, man, I didn't take that piece as far as I could have. I knew it was wrong, but I really just let it slide. So let's not do that. And of course, there's a point with your skill level where you're going to bump up against, the maximum amount of your skill. And never knowingly leave anything wrong on your canvas. You have to know about it, know that it's wrong in order to not leave it on your canvas. So there's a point where the improvement is beyond what you're capable of for now, because you'll get better, definitely. So that's the thing. So you're not capable of things, so you're going to leave some mistakes on there, and that's fine. But then there's the other side of the equation where, you never ship something because it has to be perfect. You're going for perfectionism. That's not healthy either, right? So where does this leave us, okay? We don't want to knowingly leave anything wrong in our canvas, right? Or what we're doing. We don't want to ignore our errors, and we don't want to try and be perfect and not ship something. It leaves us with a balance. We have to figure out our own balance with our creative skills. So we fight apathy, and by ignoring, the problems, fight that apathy. And ignore perfection also. Don't worry about perfection because it's unobtainable. There are no perfect human beings, and you and I will not be the first, okay? So you can shoot for perfectionism and gain excellence, but you're never going to be perfect, and just realize that. And then the best thing is just to go for that 1% further, just a little bit better every day in your skill, and celebrate the compounding improvements. Definitely. So back to you for your internal thoughts on this or questions. Where is your balance with your creative work, okay? Do you leave a lot of mistakes for later? Are you kind of apathetic on your creative habit, what you create? You say, no one's going to notice, it's fine, that kind of thing. Or are you on the other side? Do you go for perfection and you never ship your work? You never show it to people. You never get it out there because you're tinkering with it constantly. Have the balance in between. And focus on that 1% of small incremental improvements to overcome the apathy and perfection and get a little bit closer to your balance, the balance in the center. Yeah. Thanks.